Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another all-new episode of Holotheatre. As always, I am Dan Taglione, as better known as DTarTag1. Joining me tonight is the man behind the Star Wars CCG Twitter, James Martin. He's our co-host for tonight. And our guest, he doesn't need any introduction, so let's just get right on into it. So, Brian Fred, you're you're doing now Hutta Regional this weekend. So
Yep.
tell us, like, how excited are you for this regional?
It's pretty. Anytime I think that you have I wouldn't say a major event, but a bigger event in your area, it's always fun times. There'll be people coming from out of town, and I've been trying to get old players back, and some of it's worked to an extent, but some of it hasn't. But I mean, it's exciting to have events and have everybody around and go out and get food, beers, just play. It's definitely looking forward to it.
That's the first tournament that the VSET 19 will be legal in. You'll beat Colorado by a couple hours, so that'll
True.
have a nice little wrinkle with trying to figure out how people will use the new cards.
Yeah, I mean, I have some ideas for stuff, but I haven't had time to look at them. So I'm just gonna maybe update some old decks and then see what I get. Maybe Sunday when there's not deck lists available, I might be more forthcoming with getting out some of the newer stuff. But yeah, it'll probably just be stuff that I want to get reps in with mainly that I think is good, but I need to play more.
Okay, so we were talking about the now Hutta Regional. Again, it is August 20th in Carmel, Indiana.
Yep.
So you're close to Indianapolis. Here, hosting it at the Heroes Emporium Game Shop. Deck lists are required. So, but you were saying about what do you guys need on Sunday? What's going on Sunday?
Sunday is just Indiana States. So
Okay.
that's we're doing both of the events back to back. There was a few people that told me that they might be able to make it for the weekend and stuff. So I figured, might as well try and get both of them. I think what I'm going to do is, just in case I have trouble getting the last, I think we need 2 more league events. I'm going to also make Indiana States count as our league event for the month. So that'll be our 4th one, trying to get all of our league events in. But
Okay.
it just seemed like a good weekend to try and get both of them out of the way. Not necessarily out of the way, but just make them both happen. And there is going to be a few people like your good buddy Kendall, who's going to be there for both days. So
Defending champ. Yep.
We'll see if there's some Tusken Raider beat downs in the mix. I would guess more likely on Sunday than Saturday. But we'll see. I know he likes that deck. It's interesting to me too, honestly.
So you were talking about that. So with the new, like we said, that this is the first set that Virtual Set 19 is going to be legal for. And are you going to be bringing out anything weird, anything crazy for Sunday? I know that a lot of people have been playing the Thrawn objective online. I've been seeing a lot of 0 Hour as well. What's your anticipation with all the new stuff for this tournament?
I think both of those decks seem very interesting. Maybe finding the right mix is where it's really going to separate different teams from other teams, where if they find the right mix of cards, because it seems like just watching the games online, there's a few different ways to play it, 2 or 3 ways probably, and then maybe even nobody's found the best way to play it yet. But then there's also some interesting cards like the new R2. I think the new R2 is pretty interesting because you can just throw him down with Anakin or Luke in a battle, and then you're probably not gonna obviously you're gonna have to forfeit R2, but you're probably gonna be immune to attrition for the turn no matter what. They're probably, even with 2 destinies, they might not even crack your Luke or your Anakin because they've got such high immunity. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, especially with Yoda communing, potentially, being able to play the Zero Angel or the Red 5, which both have astromech slots, by the way, using Best Star Pie in the Galaxy. So it seems like, nothing else, it's a pretty good 6 in your deck if you can't find it. Otherwise, yeah, it's a really good card you can use.
I thought about also trying to use Anakin and Azure Angel as your best starfighter for any of the Skywalker Saga ones. That
Yep.
you might have met Skywalker Saga, not Yoda communing. But
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I
Yep,
mean,
my bad. Yep.
but yeah, I definitely thought about that because it's just like I don't like using the Falcon with Rey and Solo, just because stuff like Bring 'Em Before Me is popular enough that it seems like they can just like eat through your space easier.
Mhm.
Whereas maybe if you have Azure Angel and you can cancel and interrupt and then have R2 also to subtract from attrition, you could probably because I think with R2 and Anakin it's immune to less than 6.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I mean it has a better chance of living through stuff like that. I think.
Plus they can cancel all those nasty ones like command, all power to weapons if people are playing ties, you know,
Yeah.
some of that starship weapon stuff too. That's nasty.
And
So
then
I'll be looking to try Azure Angel and some of the Skywalker Saga decks for sure.
Yep.
And then you got like the Red 5, not the R2 and D2 and Red 5, but if you're playing just Red 5 virtual, it's fully immune. It's got the Astromech slot. Like,
Well, I mean, R2 doesn't really do anything on that. You probably want just like, a New Hope R2D2 on that, because then your ship will be power 9, maneuver 9, hyperspeed 8. Since I mean, you don't need it's already fully immune. You don't need to worry about the Destiny minus to attrition for that one.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one thing I would say about that though. I mean, a lot of times you have to combo it with something else for Zelkus. You know, he's always around, so it really helps with that other ship a lot of times. So, but yeah, a lot of things to consider. Definitely, I mean, it's good when design makes these cards and you have to kind of find ways to fit them in, especially with the new cards. They're certainly interesting that like you can find ways to play it in multiple different packages and multiple different decks. So certainly that's the type of conversation and design that people are looking for.
And then the other few that the new Thunder Flare, I have my little list of B slips that I printed out to update with that aren't the new objectives. The new Emperor, he seems okay. AOBs will probably use at least 1, if not 2. The No Escapes are nice. And then I've got the Chimera for if I play Verge, I would definitely just to get that -1 deploy is something with a deck like that. So just a lot of like little changes, changing your No Escapes, stuff like that. I don't think not every deck will use the new No Escape. So we'll see if we see people cheating or trying to cheat back in Honor of the Jedis or Landing Claws.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think you'll see a mix in decks depending on. Because obviously, like Shadow Collective doesn't care if you have a Landing Claw in it. They might care though if you have an Honor of the Jedi. Just like Hunt Down probably won't care if you have a Landing Claw either. So.
Yep. Now, as a veteran player and with teammates, how do you go about tackling cracking the meta here? That I see some people online playing the set 13 Maul and say like the Thrawn objective, and that would be something like I never would even think that you'd be able to play actually, but you can actually put him and he goes to the non-battleground site that you already have on the table there. Obviously have to find a way to pull them with force push or something. But are these things where you feel like you need to get the reps in? Do you have a lot of teammates that give you a lot of information? But like as someone who's kind of a returning player, it'd be interesting to see how you go about preparing for that.
We have a lot of people on the team that play more than others, and I think there's other people that are like always thinking, like I'm thinking about ideas and I see like what the other guys are doing and I'm trying to like look at them and then maybe adapt or change a few things to see if it's something that's worth trying or even like bringing up to the team or if it's just like worthless. And then, I like Drew and Charlie, I think are the big deck builders of the team, and they come up with all this like great ideas for stuff. Like they're always thinking about stuff, and then like people may like have some ideas and stuff, and we might change a few cards and see what's going on there. But yeah, for the most part, everybody. I mean, I wouldn't say I put in as much as like Charlie or Drew, but I mean, I'm always able to like come up with ideas I either remember from something old that has happened or just like different things like that, and it's just like a work in progress, and the decks just keep getting like new iterations, and they've just become finely tuned machines after that. And then I mean, obviously we don't all use the same decks, but we are within a few cards, whatever builds of the decks with each other
Okay.
that we decide we want to use.
So looking forward, so how are you mentally prepared to run two events this coming weekend, both states and regionals?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's that big a deal. It's just, the biggest thing for me, I think, is I need to remember to like start the timer at the start of the round. So we're like, you get into your game, especially if you're playing the event too, and then you're just like, oh, somebody's like, how much time's left? You're like, oh crap, I didn't set the clock. You're just like,
Mm-hmm.
you got like 30 minutes. And then, I mean, that's the big thing. But other than that, it's not that big a deal. I make my command cards on pieces of paper, and I mean, it just trying to like update them and not mess up the what side people are supposed to use, and then people are just like, I just played the side that you're telling me I'm supposed to play now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh
So
well.
do you not use the tournament software?
uh I don't have usually don't have a like computer there. I've never tried to use it myself, so I
Okay.
usually have my command cards that I make myself, and I bring them back and input the information. And I mean, I know how to check for the strength of schedules and stuff, so it's just like I do it all manually on the pieces of paper.
Wow. So are there any cool prizes or anything you guys are doing for this weekend? Because the fact that you're doing two events back to back, essentially, that's a big toll on people.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the stuff that the PC sent, and then I have some stuff that like I acquire random things sometimes. Like I've got like a guy sent me one of the beanie hats, the Star Wars beanie
Mm-hmm.
hats that they
Oh,
sent
yeah.
out for that stuff, and a few other things that I was like, he didn't want it or need it, and I was just like, well, I can give those away as extra prizes because somebody might want them. Uh,
Okay.
just extra stuff. But I mean, mainly, we got the PC stuff, and then everything go from there. I always have extras I give away though.
I believe Grogu is like the main participation slip.
Mm-hmm.
So people heading to Indiana and Colorado this weekend, people that participated last weekend probably will be seeing those.
It's like him and Jedi Holocron or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
I
think the
think is the
Jedi
other one.
Holocron is like for the victor.
I wish Grogu. I wish he would have been better. I feel like he's not good enough to be in any deck, sadly, and it makes me sad because, I mean, I'm not one of those Grogu marks. It's all like, oh, he's so
Mhm.
cute, I love him. But at the same time, I would have liked him to be good. I mean, maybe we can make him a part of some Mandalorian objective or
Yeah,
something
I, I,
going
I,
down the line.
I don't know. I don't know the inner workings
Rescue
for
the
the PC, but
Grogu.
it seems like that's something that's coming down the road.
It'll be called Rescue the Grogu.
No, it won't.
What?
I
Oh
No,
man.
no.
I was gonna patent that, man. I thought that was a done deal.
Nope. No rescue the Grogu.
Wow. What about Rescue the Baby Yoda? Or is that
Uh,
the same thing?
I'll take Baby Yoda over Grogu.
Yeah, he doesn't have the best name, but I wonder
No.
how long it took them to like decide on the name. Where if they just like couldn't decide on a name, and then like whatever episode it was in the second season, they're just like, okay, this is it. We got to name him now, and they just like pull names out of the hat, and Grogu won. And
I could see him like taking the darts, going with the dartboard with like just different letters, throw them on
oh
there,
yeah,
and that's how they
I wonder
pick.
if they named them Grogu and they're like, oh, we kind of like Baby Yoda better, and they just kind of prolonged it for as long as they could, you know?
Yeah.
you never
Yeah.
know. I mean, you could even get him confused with those Tusken Raiders. You got and Ru and then Grogu. He's like an honorary member of the Tusken Raider family, I think.
Well, the plus side looks like Chris Kelly wants you there to be a Rescue the
Yeah.
Grogu deck, so that's your foot in the door there.
There
No.
we go.
Mhm.
There we go. If Chris Kelly's on board, he probably just on board with making Grogu actually like useful too, because I mean, it's just like we're gonna have all these sweet regional Grogu foil slips, and it's just like if you try and put them in a deck, you just be forcing it. Maybe at Worlds there'll be like a prize if you win a game and you have the Grogu in your deck. You get like, I don't know, you're gonna be on the team to help make Rescue the Grogu. That's what it is.
There you go.
Mhm.
I'll tell you
It'll
what.
be like everybody will have one in their deck and try and win games.
Well, we're gonna have like a list of accomplishments at Worlds, and then we'll give away some prizes this year. I'm gonna talk to Kevin and Jared and everybody who does all the prizes and everything. I'll be like, hey, let's make Worlds even more fun than anything else.
Yeah, maybe for like the winners, they could tease a foil slip of just like the zero side, and then like everybody, gives
Zero side of
input on
the
like,
Grogu?
yeah, just there's like the zero side, and then maybe they got to develop the second half of it, and that people give ideas on. That might be a cool thing,
Well,
Anyway,
So we'll do like we did in Seattle. We'll have the teams like
We're gonna do that.
separated, and then the winning team could do that. So can we have the teams for Worlds named after the 3 Tusken Raiders and just have random U's and R's in their names?
maybe.
The most tricky part for Dan is he would have to spell each one of them correct without being able to
no.
You'd have to spell them completely correct without looking online or on the card.
No, I don't have the mental faculty for that.
I think I might have the short one. I might have him memorized just because Kendall bought some of those the other day, and I was like looking at his name. I was trying to like look it up on my thing, and if you don't put like on Scompling and stuff, if you don't put the exact right name, it doesn't pop up. So I had to give up and go to GIMP, and I think I put Tusken Raider or something into the search thing, so it pulled up all the Tusken Raiders because I was like, I don't know how to spell this guy's name.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out the card and like try and figure out all the apostrophes and the hyphens and stuff in there.
No.
Luckily I've got a Tusken Raider deck that's built in perpetuity here. That's I can pull out and just figure out what all the guys are. But yeah, there's 4 of them there. People don't even realize that's the guy from Special Edition that has the Bantha stick that he gets the bonus on.
There's 4.
Yeah, there's 1 from New Hope. There's 2 from Special Edition. I believe there's 4 here. Let me think here.
I think there's 3. I think it's the 3 that you just named.
Yeah.
If not, I'm lost.
Well,
maybe I'm lost.
Yeah. So how do you feel about playing against the possibility of playing against Tusken Raiders this weekend?
Well, if I have Jedi, I probably won't feel too bad because it seems like that's pretty much. I mean, they can generate some decent power, but obviously they're never going to hit a Jedi with their weapon and. Well, I guess they could if they play enough. What is it, hunting party? I don't know exactly what that does, but it's a 7. It might do something with Tusken Raiders.
You need to capture people with that one. That's a card that makes it in mine and Scott's decks.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have to worry about necessarily them hitting you, but maybe outpowering you. So maybe you have to peel some cards and just kill other guys, which is the big reason Mikos isn't probably good in the first place, but.
So how are you feeling about with for set 19? Like, what are you thinking about playing? Or for this weekend? Sorry.
The decks that I want to learn that I wouldn't necessarily say I know as well as like Old Allies I know pretty well. Diplo I know pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I say No Idea and Legend are on my radar of decks I would want to play, and then for Dark probably Holotheatre Ops or some rogue deck. I don't want to play a bunch of Holotheatre Ops versus like mains, and I don't know Ops well enough, I don't think, to feel confident in those matchups.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to play Shadow Collective. Shadow Collective, I mean, it's a good deck. I don't really want to play it. I don't know what other deck. Dooku, I don't want to play. So I really don't know for Dark Side. I have to like sit down and look at what I have built.
Set your course for Alderaan.
That's something I consider playing. I could try that one.
Seeing that you're going both to Euros and Worlds, and Europeans have a little bit of a different play style, who do you think you need more prep for out of curiosity? The people that you think are showing up at Worlds, or the people that will be at Euros?
Well, and this is no knock on the Euro guys, because I think they're like, I mean, obviously some of the best players.
World champions showing up. They're great.
Yeah, some of the best players of all time are from there. But I would say that I'll spend more time prepping for Worlds. Just because for Euros, it's harder because, for Worlds and stuff, I'll take and get all my decks together and I'll mail them to whoever I'm staying with. Mm-hmm. For Euros, I'll probably have maybe 3 decks for both sides that I basically are just like decks that either I would want to play or I would consider playing and wouldn't need to play test them a lot. So I would definitely say I won't put in as much thought and preparation for that. Because I pretty much think I've already decided, honestly, the decks I will play for that event. I won't say on here, but,
why not?
I'm going to bring 6 decks with me, and I've already decided on the 2 decks I'll play if I make the second day. Mm-hmm. Those decks are set and then I'll decide on what I play the first day based off, what I think I'd like to play, and I'll just choose between the other two decks I have with me.
Okay. So are you rooming with Mike Kessling when you go over to Euros?
Yeah, I saw that when I saw that he was going to go for Euros and he was going with his wife for, I think, their anniversary, and then she was going to fly home, and then he was going to be there for like X amount of days before. I was like, all right. I sent a message. I just said, so I was like, what's your itinerary looking like for Euros? And then like as soon as I said that, he was just like 100% like trying to get me to go and doing whatever he could take to get me to like go also. So it basically was decided within like the same day that, okay, I'm just going to Euros.
Well, we're rooting for you guys, fellow Americans here. Obviously we got friends over there, but you Kessling and seem like Brad Reinhold are the hard luck losers from the last, couple majors here. So both of you guys have been hanging around the top and stuff. So we're hoping you guys can get over the hump here for this next one.
I've not had some good luck in my top 4 games in the second games of the series. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, it happens.
It happens, yeah. All been there.
Yeah, I mean,
except for me, I lose so badly in the first game that I don't have a chance in the second one.
Brad was going to concede the second game, and I talked him into playing. So maybe that was I don't feel bad about it, But I mean, it doesn't feel great to lose that way. But at the same time, it's just like I knew that he would have had a chance in the second game, whereas I didn't think Matt Wadden conceded the second game of the first round. And that one I didn't try and talk him into just because I knew that I was going to win by so many that the deck he was playing couldn't have got over matchups. 20 differential wins. So, but I knew Brad's deck was a different kind of, beast, basically, after seeing it played and playing against it already. I knew that I guess I just didn't want to win that way. So
that's fair. I mean, there is a reason why everybody calls you the nicest guy in Star Wars CCG. Until you get on. Until you get on.
Nice sometimes. Maybe too nice sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all good. I mean, I'm not too. I mean, it'd be cool to win. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like winning and like not feeling like you earned it is definitely. I've had that happen before too. So I'd rather have this feeling and forget it than have like some of the other feelings I've had.
Yeah, and it seems like especially hearing from what they did up in the UK a couple of weeks ago for the Naboo regionals, that the Euros is going to be a real fun time with everybody getting together for the first time in quite some time, and at the place that they know and love, and it seems like they'll be having some beers.
I expect it to be wild.
There, Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it was pretty wild at Worlds the year I went, so I expect this to be like even more so.
Yeah, I'm excited for some tournament reports, if nothing else, coming out of there.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do as far as a tournament report. I haven't really. I did one for something to get the Death Trooper foil. Maybe I don't remember what it was. What I did, it was some random tournament, I think. But I mean, I'll try and do one for Euros, no matter how I do. So hopefully I'll do well.
I was gonna say we got to get you to do a video tournament report.
We can probably convince Timo to do it. I mean, it's one of Timo's first in-person ones, and he's always around. So I'll bug him to do it.
I would say if you walk me through how to start to do the video tournament report, I can see about doing one.
Okay.
It might be easier
do this where we have him up on Zoom and then walk away and have him talk, and then with the record button.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably do that.
So on top of Euros and on top of the now Hutta regional that's coming up this weekend, are you going to Worlds as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, unless something unforeseen happens, for sure. I've already got my plane ticket. I fly in Tuesday around noon and leave Monday in the evening. So I'm hoping that some more New Allies members will, because I mean, I think Greg and Sam already said they're going to come in Thursday, but I was really hoping that like maybe Mishki or Charlie or Bill or somebody would be able to come down Tuesday or Wednesday also, so we would have more time to see stuff and be able to play games.
I'll tell you right now. I'm already flying. I'm flying in early Wednesday, so I know I'm
So
not.
yeah, well, I mean,
I know I'm not new allies, but I would
I mean,
love.
we can still like hang out and like. I mean, I want to see the aquarium that I keep hearing everything
Yeah.
about. You know, so I'm definitely that's one of the things on my itinerary is do that. I mean, I'd like to play some games too, but I mean, obviously I'll have some sort of idea before I go there. You know what I'm already thinking about playing, and then after that, it's just not that big a deal to me.
It's
Yeah.
like Taco wants to come in on Tuesday now, so it sounds like he'll fly in for that.
Bill,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we
well,
want them to chat.
and we are having a team. I was trying because we did a team boot camp last year, where it was like Matt Scott, myself, Drew, Taco Bill, and Jeremy DePaulo. He was there a little bit, and I think that's it. But we and Kessling, of course, and we got together for a weekend, and I think it was there for longer. I was there for like a week, maybe, or I can't remember. But we played games and just hung out and like did stuff. It was great. And then getting the entire team all in one place like that is just like tough. So I've been trying to get Steve Brinson to play again, and I don't know if he's an official member of the team yet or just an honorary member. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
I had a error pop up thing on my computer, but
no, you're good.
I'm trying to get him. He went to Seattle this year, and I've never seen Steve have as much fun as he did in Seattle for like ever. And I mean, it's tough for him to get out to events, but I want him to go to Worlds. So I basically was like, hey, it's easier for him if I go to him because he has kids and a dog and doesn't have people to like really take care of him. So what I decided, or I asked everybody if they could do it, because Bill and Greg both live within close enough proximity to Brinson that they could come join Steve and I for a weekend of playing games. And then I know that Drew, Jeremy, Jonathan, and Mike all could probably get together the same weekend and play games in Atlanta. And then like Sam, Matt, Charlie, Mishki, and Adam and those guys. Dennis, I know Dennis isn't coming, but I mean, he might want to get together and they could have a Minnesota like thing. We could all like play games the same weekend and then like write down like everything that happened and give the whole team like ideas of like what was going on basically.
Yeah, no, it's a.
No, you guys need to run out a huge space to accommodate everybody there. You know, if you want to all be in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why it's just like it might be better to do like groups rather than like have like rent out like the Kapunu suite. What is the suite from Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Just like the huge room and just get everybody in there playing Star Wars. Hopefully, there's no crying woman on the top floor. Love that movie. I'm watching that tonight now.
Oh, now you make me want to watch it.
Good movie. Like that movie.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely excited. Like I'm looking at plane tickets right now. Probably gonna buy it after this weekend. But
dude, I tried to get you to Minnesota, Dan.
I know.
I offered you so much for Dan sign Amidala AI by Natalie Portman that he doesn't need that bad, right? I offered him so much for that.
Well, you know what the AI is for Worlds participation, don't you, Dan? It's your good buddy, Darth Vader.
Oh yeah,
your card,
that's right.
Let me. I'll even post the Worlds info that has the image there. So I think you have to find a way to get there.
Oh yeah,
for Worlds.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm
just posted the link in the Twitch chat. So if you look at the recap article that has everything about Worlds and all that stuff, it's got the AI.
Is there a place where I can see the chat from here, or
I can send it to you here too.
No, not on Zoom, but
I'll look at it.
I sent you the chat on Zoom too, if you want to take a look at it, Brian Fred.
Oh,
yes, this Vader AI.
Does it look
funny
nice?
enough, that's what the image I wanted it to originally be. Was this?
Oh yeah,
one.
that looks.
I think it's
sweet.
the one. For those that have gotten stuff from the PC, it's the image on the back of the Ultimate Image sleeves.
Yeah.
At least part of it, but it looks a lot better all by its own.
Yeah, I like that one.
No,
gonna have to have Dan sign the first one that I get for sure.
I will say, like, I'm gonna have to talk to Mike or Drew and mail him a bunch of stuff because we're talking about doing like the team tournaments that we did at Endor, upping the stuff on that.
You mean the Ruru teams?
Yeah, the rural teams.
And Ruru
Well, I mean, Endor, it was all Ewoks. So I'm thinking for Worlds, it's going to be like we'll have the Rebels teams or something. I don't
what?
know.
Okay.
Well, the theme of the event is Rebels.
All right. Well, we'll have to have one. We'll have to have like 8 teams though.
Yeah, depending on how
It's
many
only original Rebels. Like Ahsoka doesn't count though. Just Chopper can count, but we're not adding on any like crazy any of the guys are just there in like 1 or 2 episodes.
What about Rex?
Like no Rex, no guys like
Rex?
that.
Oh, no Rex.
Well, the originals. Let's get that. I mean, is Rex Phoenix Squadron? No, just the Phoenix Squadron guys.
Well, we'll see how many we need because there's what?
Got Joker
There's
King
6.
sending me the image on my phone.
There's 6 of them.
All right. Well, 6 teams.
Yeah, 6 teams.
If we get 60 people, that's like 10 people a team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Hoping 60 people.
Yeah. Maybe I know Menzel. I mean, hopefully Menzel shows up. He'll get his special work visa.
I hope he does too. I've already been in contact with him about Euros and hanging out, so that'll be fun.
No, Worlds is going to be a blast, and anybody who can go should go.
Yeah, all the information you need to know is in the link that I posted earlier. So links to the event, forums, venues, all that sort of stuff, past tournaments, everything's there.
Nice.
So again, this weekend though is the first event. Well, I wouldn't say it. We have the Now Hutta Regionals on August 20th, this Saturday, as well as Indiana States on. So Saturday is regional. States is on Sunday.
Yep. Deck list required for the regional, none for states. Both 6 games, strength of schedule, no final confrontation. So nobody ever wants to do final confrontations anyway. So I just figured, make it easy on everybody.
And then we have Tatooine regionals as well on Saturday, the 20th. Justin Miyashiro is hosting those out in North Glen, Colorado. Right now, Jerry, Paul Coggins, Adam Bott, and Mark Bott are all signed up. So he's got 5 players signed up for Tatooine regionals. So
I need to get the other Bott brother to my regional because apparently he lives in Fishers, which is like 10 minutes away.
Yeah. So we got 2 events going on this weekend. Well, I'm sorry, 3 events going on this weekend. So, but recapping last weekend's 4 regionals and a states. So in Coruscant regionals, Matt Wadden came out and won it again. So he's back-to-back champion there. SoCal regional was won by Matt Sperling. Bespin was won by Sam Tashima. And Endor was regionals were won by somebody.
He who will not be named.
Yeah, exactly. He who will not be named.
He wins a lot, though.
He wins a lot.
He wins a lot, but he still has no name.
Yeah. And then as for Georgia States, Jonathan Murray took first place in that one. So,
Jonathan Murray is a good deck builder. I'm gonna plug him there. That's my wild card for don't everybody steal my fantasy rules pick Jonathan Murray, but he'll probably be in the 15-point range, 15-20. Gonna be a steal.
So just to remind everybody, since deck lists are due for the regionals, they're up from the ones last week, but the ones of interest might be this upcoming weekend. So, if you've got a Thrawn build that you see in the tournament, Brian Fred, it will wind up posting on the site, and then people can wind up downloading that and playing it right away. So some of the stuff that people wind up building because of the fact that the deck lists are required, you'll see it all kind of go up on the site early next week, likely.
One of the reasons I'm holding off on my episode 19
Super spicy
objectives.
tech, yeah.
Well, I mean, right now it's Charlie and Drew's spicy tech, so
yeah.
We'll see.
Interesting. And really quick before we keep going on with the rest of the stuff. So again, Worlds, if you want to go to Worlds, the ability to buy your pass is available. It's $45 for the weekend pass. That includes the team tournament. That includes the sealed event that they're doing and the main event and the consolation. So $45 for a weekend of Star Wars isn't too bad. And then really quick, let's go ahead and check up on the OCS. Connor Stubley is currently still in first place, followed by Justin Desai. Paul Myers in third place, followed by Steve Baroni. And Kendall Hallman holding down fifth place right now with a record of 9-3. Tom Struthers is sitting in 9-3 as well. So congrats to those guys. So you've got, 13 days left to finish up your 12 games. This month's foil is Laura Santeca, and I'll tell you, it looks pretty sweet.
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah,
That's good.
Any ones that replace C slips.
Yep.
I'm
Laura
excited.
Santeca, and then Mace Windows lightsaber for next
Very,
month. Actually,
very
I'm really
excited for
excited about
those.
that one. Yeah.
so
C slips are the devil.
they are. As I said last week, I'm so glad there's only one in this month, and I can't complain too much about it being what it is.
Just
Wait till we.
Just one more thing on just because it's upcoming in a couple weekends, they have Maryland State's coming up on August 27th, so I'll post that on the Twitch site as well for people that want to go to that. I think it should be in Pikesville, Maryland, and we got some others coming up in Virginia early in September too that are available on the forums. I will be posting more on the SWCCG Twitter. So obviously give us a follow there, and we'll make sure that you can get information on all these events, including the ones that are upcoming this weekend too.
Okay, and as for the Jawa Brawl, it ends in 11 days. Joe Olson sitting in first place at 11-1. 12-0 is not 12-0. He's 11-1 as well. And then right behind them is Brad Kipple, also sitting at 10-1. So Brad might have a chance to overtake 12-0, but it's looking more and more like Joe is going to be victorious, unless of course Bastion, who's sitting at 7-0, says otherwise. So
That was a fun event. I fed some people to some nasty creatures along the way, which was kind of fun.
Okay. So you ready to do swing and a miss? We got 4 questions tonight.
Oh yeah, always ready.
Okay. So first question of the evening is, oops, not that. Is captains are back in vogue with the new Thrawn objective.
Captains are back in what?
In vogue. I think you were the one who suggested this question, James. So
let's go. So one of the things, and let's make this guy our sticker token because I love him. This guy, Captain Nita, has found his way back into some decks. There's a nice B card with him where if you forfeit him, you could place him out of play, and captains get +1 to total battle destiny. But because you can't play admirals on the Thrawn objective, I've seen a lot of people put Captain Kurgian, obviously Captain Pelion deploys free to Thrawn's location. There's the captain guy that cancels landing claw that probably is necessary in the deck. So I'm not sure if it's absolutely the best, but there's a lot of guys that you can kind of combo together to get to Star Destroyers deploy for like really cheap at Kessel especially. So I think people are definitely trying it. I like what I'm seeing so far, and it's kind of fun seeing people using some of these older cars that came out in B sets that were kind of overlooked, I'd say. So I'll say yes on this one. It's a hit.
Okay. B. Fred, what do you think?
I think that at least if you're playing the Thrawn objective, if you're not playing Paleon, you're probably not playing it right. And Kurgi, since they beat Thunderflare to where it's a little bit better, at least, his -2 to attrition, if you combo that with something like Quat Drive Yards or something that, that Star Destroyer is going to be pretty hard to kill also. And Kurgi can obviously make your opponent lose some direct damage throughout the course of the game. So, I mean, I'll say hit as far as the Thrawn objective, but maybe not necessarily
you're not playing Skip or anything, yeah.
Maybe Verge, but Verge will probably just have Kurgi in that one too. So maybe Nemeth, or not Nemeth, Nita. But probably only in the Thrawn objective, I'm guessing.
And if you don't know what the tokens are in the sticker program at this point, then shame on you. But I'll post information on that here, but Captain Need is what we'll have as their token here.
Yeah, I mean, overall, with the fact that Nita's seeing play is good, Kirgi's seeing a lot more play. I mean, yeah, we're not playing Phasma or, PV. Those are. I mean, we're still missing out on like Captain. I'd love to see a virtual Captain Piet. Like, I know we have a virtual Admiral Piet, but why not make a Captain one? Like, he was only a captain for like a little bit, but he was a captain of the Executor.
We need some made up first order captains.
Yeah.
More PV people, because I mean, I recently watched don't chastise me, but I recently watched 7, 8 to 9 again, and it seems like there's a lot of potential. I mean, they made so many resistance randoms and stuff that it seems like there's a lot they could just like make up some stuff to help map maybe be a different version of what it is. Like, they never feed the walker things.
I mean, most of this game is just you're a random person in the back of the cantina, and like all of a sudden he's like a powerhouse in QMC, you know. So
well, I mean, we're our first order walkers, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Something that might make Snoke's direct damage ping actually more useful than it is, you know, just like little things.
Where's my VX4 ski speeder helper?
Yep.
Yikes.
No, I mean, I like what they're doing. I like that, like, they are making these like, it's Star, like, don't get me wrong, Star Wars has like mostly been about the Skywalker family, but like you said, it's these side characters that really make it.
Like, I mean, I used to play Nita back in the day on a Avenger, and then you could play, you know, attack position now. It's immune less than 6. And that thing's a beast, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he's not in GIMP yet, actually, the original card. So it's kind of nice seeing the V version around.
You said that you were happy that Nita was being played now. And the first thought in my head was just like, yeah, it's because they just made him virtual, and he was never coded before that.
Bring him to some live event, and people are like, "What the heck? You're using the non-V? I don't even know what he does."
I can't remember who was I played against, but Turn It Off non-V wasn't coded in GIMP either, and I played it to cancel the Hans toolkit when I was playing Suns Down Too Cold for Speeders, and I actually like canceled I can't remember who I played, but I canceled their Hans toolkit with Turn It Off non-V, and they just sort of looked at it like, what? I'm just like, it's like, this card's not coded on GIMP. That's probably why you've never seen this card before.
Yeah, Nita, I think you can retarget applicable Utini effects to him, but like they should just code him without that, you know, and that's like he'd be just as good, you know.
He would just be random 3/3.
Yeah, but he makes the
work with code clearance.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, next question. We're gonna start with B Fred on this one. Over under of 10 people. Who have over under of 10 number of people who have all 6 Dex boxes right now.
You know, you've got that meme with where you've collected all the 6. You know,
you mean
the PC
right now, box. As in right now, like we're talking.
Today.
Under, for sure. I mean, I'd say there's maybe 3 people that have all of them.
So I know you have all of them. I think Justin Miyashiro said he had all 3.
Did he?
Or all 6. Who else would you say has them? Besides Jared, because he has
Joe Olson told me that, because I asked him about staking him for a tournament, and he said that he didn't want to do it until he got all of the deck boxes, and he needed 1 more. And this was, God, this had to been maybe a month ago, so maybe he got his 6th box from Nationals.
Taco is saying that like he'll get there by Worlds, so you know I think you'll get 1 for Worlds, you get 1 for Euros, and then one of the ones that I'm looking for is the full participation. The OCS will get you 1. So
I need to get my next extra one. I need to send to Clayton, because don't you know who he is? I know who, like his plug. Because he was nice enough to give me some PC20 sleeves that he wasn't going to use, so. That was I owe him. So my first extra, which I might get from the league at the end. I'm not sure how that goes. I think you get 1 for whoever ran the league. So I think I get 1 for that. But I think if Justin Miyashiro has them all, it may just be me, him, and Joe right now. So certainly under 10 for sure. He
Yeah,
should have said. I
think
think
there's a
5
couple
would have
more,
been
but yeah, under 10.
5 would have been a better number.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I mean,
It's still under. I think.
I'm assuming Jared has all of them because he does the stuff.
He has them in his warehouse, if nothing
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
And then
we're assuming Jared has 7 of each of them.
I
Yeah.
think it's over 5, but I probably under 10 is what it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Chris Kelly might have all 10 or all 6.
He didn't last time I talked to him, but again, last time I asked him about it, but he could now for sure because I
Yeah.
know people send him stuff also.
Yeah.
He probably has foil boxes that we're unaware of. That actually
Yeah, he probably does. I just made a trade with him tonight. It's a foil slip trade, so we're sending each other some
I
foil
need
slips.
to do some more of that. Okay, next question. Ezra is the best character of the Phoenix Squadron characters.
Just in general, or
The new Ezra is the best one.
I'm gonna say miss. I think that both Hera and Jedi Kanan are better than Ezra.
Okay.
So I'm definitely going to go miss on that.
I'm
Hera
gonna,
for sure, and then Jedi Kanan insert the decks.
I'm gonna say hit. I see him on the table in almost every deck that has come out. I've seen some crazy, even like OB communing decks that have put Lothal sights on the table, and you can make immune to attrition. I think this big deal is that blaster lightsaber that people have been using for pings and whatnot. So getting around things like those nasty decks that have Imperial Decree, non-V for lightsaber bonuses. I think he's really interesting. Cool that you can get those other characters that you're talking about as well back in your hand too. So yeah, I think he's really interesting and very powerful, and it'll be cool to see what people do with him over the next couple tournaments.
Okay.
What about you, Dan?
I was gonna go with Ezra, or not Ezra, Hera, and honestly,
I think Hera's universally better.
I think Hera's universal, just because she sees play in almost every deck. But the reason I'm going with Hera is because she's got the best image.
There's that too. Like, I mean, the new Ezra image is atrocious on the lines of original Rey and Finn. To that level, it's so bad that I'm just like, somebody said something about how bad the image was to me, because I was just like, yeah, it's as bad as Finn and Rey were. But I mean, the Finn and Rey AIs are both incredible, so maybe we'll get an incredible Ezra AI.
Yep.
But as for now, it's just like, good gosh, man, that picture is so bad.
It is neat. I will say it's neat. Obviously, we've had Hera and the Ghost for a long time, but now people are running it as their space package in a lot of decks. So just cool to see how that's kind of evolved as something that hadn't seen any play, and now I'm seeing a lot of decks with it, trying it out.
I'm also gonna pitch a V. I got some V card designs. I'm gonna pitch a V card that might make some of those more playable also.
Okay.
Big Starglider V?
No,
rats.
Okay, last question of the night, and this is the big one because it's all about the Now Hutta regionals.
Uh-oh.
Kendall Hallman will maintain his title as the Now Hutta regional champion.
Miss.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but
there you go. Okay,
I know that.
Miss.
I mean, it's not that he's not a fine player, but I mean, there was some. The reason we had a sort of weird scenario last year that had 3 of us tied because we weren't supposed to use strength of schedule, and we did use strength of schedule, and it made it so everything was messed up, and 3 people were tied with completely the same strength of schedule. And he went. I think it was. I can't remember if we played 6 games, but he only lost once. We all only lost once, so he definitely earned it. But I mean, I know Matt Scott's going to be coming this year, and I think, and everybody's heard me pitch Matt, say how good he is over the years, and I think that he's better than I am as a player. I've always thought that, and it's just going to be a lot more tougher to repeat.
Yeah.
And I think we got some other players that could give it, that are up and coming, that could give Kendall a run too. So I'm just, against the field, is definitely a miss.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it's a miss too. I mean, like it's been pretty impressive seeing that he has gone to quite a few tournaments recently, and he's
He's
come
got some
home
good
with
shows.
wins. I mean, yeah, I mean, team tournament now Hutta, lots of good stuff for him. But when all you're playing is aliens, and all you need to do is include Leia Rebel Princess, to just tilt him and table flip. I think there's going to be a couple people teching for that, So maybe he'll pivot to destroyer droids. So I know that's actually a deck he's got built, but
I mean,
I'll say it's a miss
how
for
did
now.
how did they let Wadden get away with not having to face Grimtashes and Monarchs to let him repeat in his event? So
if I would have
I'm
known
sure
he was there, I would have taken them. Like if
I
I would have known he was there this weekend, I would have brought them.
Yeah, he's got the gritty face and t-shirt on the entire time though, and I think that's intimidating for people.
It's not.
yeah,
Um,
I'm intimidated by Kindle's no reverts hat. That's what I'm intimidated by.
So, I know
That needs to be prize support.
I know I'm the kiss of death. When I pick somebody, they usually lose. I realize that.
Well,
Except when I've been on, actually, I've been a good luck charm for you, Dan.
True.
Dan, you can pick Matt then.
Matt Scott.
Yeah.
Why?
Then I can win. So I can win. What do you mean? Why?
Yeah.
So I can get Player of the Year points. So I can overtake Mike Kessling.
Hey, don't forget for the regionals too. They've got that whole Champions League stuff going on
they
too.
do.
So
They
your
do.
winners there.
I thought it was the leagues, not the regionals.
What is this champion?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It is the leagues. You're right. Not just regionals.
So what is this about? I might have heard it and forgot it, but I'm not
sure. If you
sure.
win your league, you're in a championship event at the end of the year. It's for like league winners and stuff like that. But as for this question presented on the table, I'm going to say Kendall Hallman. It's a hit. And Kendall is 9.
Wow! Why would you do that to Kendall?
9
would you do that?
9-3 in the OCS this month. Okay.
I'm definitely like 4-7. So.
Yeah, he's better than my 3-4 right now. So.
So I'll post some information, by the way, on the Champions League just to circle back to that. Basically, it's the 2021 League Champions and then the 2022 League Champions, and they kind of have a league where they play each other for probably some awesome prizes because prize support's been knocking it out of the park. But yeah, lots of good information on the forums. I'll post it on the on the Twitch site as well.
With all the sweet foils and stuff they've been coming out with, I was kind of sad for Endor that it just had the original funeral pyre picture instead. Like I think that isn't the Agent Cross training course in AI from Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, and the one for Endor, the funeral pyre wasn't an AI.
Yeah.
And all the other ones have been AI. That was kind of sad for that. I still like foil slips. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But AI foil slips. I mean.
I thought they made all three of those
the
Skywalker ones into.
Yeah. The community sites are.
Yeah.
The Mustafar, and then
the works.
The
Mustafar.
Yeah, Vader's Castle.
Oh, Vader's Castle.
Yeah, they made that a while ago. That's one of the first ones.
And we have a virtual Holotheatre that you know
Coruscant.
Get from Holotheatre.
Coruscant for donation this year. And the works, and then the pyre was just regular image. It was just like it was regular image, and it wasn't on the new sweet shiny foil, like the special new paper that they've been using with the commuting sites.
Oh well, still looks cool.
It does. I mean, it was just a very small complaint. Don't think it. Don't let me. I don't want to come off as being what was the word? A
jerk.
You know, that for lack of, I can't think of the word I want to use right now.
Yeah. But okay.
That's not very nice, Dan.
Kendall's gonna win it.
All right.
Go Kendall. You can even tell him I said that.
Hey, doesn't he watch?
Yeah, he does.
He's not. He's not in the chat or anything. He's avoiding us.
He has to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning for corn in the morning. So
he stopped doing that.
He did one the other day.
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
his V19 preview corner in the morning was great. I loved how like some of the things just like he's like Dexter, another card that finally they made a card of. So I'm excited for that.
I know he's got a new episode of his podcast out there too. So we'll see.
Uh-oh.
Okay, B-Fred, it's that time of the night. It's our challenge.
Uh-oh, the lore challenge
It's
again.
not a lore challenge.
Oh, it's not.
Nope.
I was gonna guess Akrab again. All right, what is our thing
this one's
time?
different. So it's very simple. I'm going to post the card on the screen. You have to tell me what the underlying card is. That's it.
Oh wow. Okay, and I get to pick somebody from chat to help, or no? I have to do it on my own.
I don't know, James. What do you think?
We've been having others pick people from
Yeah,
chat,
we'll
so
do
yeah.
that. You can pick somebody in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Taco Bill has been flying around there. Got Crazy Carl.
Taco Bill. Every time a new set comes out, I'll get an order on my site of just like all these random cards, and I'll just be like, I have no idea. And then when I get around to finally like going and pulling out the cards for my new V card, I'm just like, oh. I was like, Taco Bill is just like getting all the ones that are just like underlying cards, and I'm just because I'm just pulling out all the same cards for myself. All right, let's do it.
Okay, who you want Taco Bill as your helper?
Oh yeah, Taco Bill. Let's go.
Taco Bill.
Good people.
Stop selling me out. Okay.
Are you gonna post a picture of it and just like put it too far so I see what the underlying card is?
Yep.
No.
Oh, your card. Amon Grimm with percussive cannon.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Set
13 Shadow Collective staple.
I got no clue on this one because I definitely poor Amon Grimm, whoever you just said, I've never once thought about putting that card in the deck in my entire life. So it seems like it. Does Bill have an idea? I can't see what he's saying.
Bill he says Ortug, which was actually. Well, I won't give any hints.
Bill is definitely cheatoring.
Yeah.
What?
Bill is definitely attempting to cheator. I don't know why. I'm joking.
I mean, he says Ortog?
He does.
Yeah,
say Ortog.
that's the Gamorrean leader from Jabba's palace, and he's got another V card that has the axe on him, which nobody uses.
No, I've got EPP Ortog in my CCT deck right now.
Oh, never mind then. You use it.
EPP Ortog can disarm. Come on.
Yeah, this guy can too.
Is this Amon Grimm guy a leader?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will definitely just take Taco Bill's Ortog thing. Then it seems odd that it would be Ortog, but at the same time, he is a leader, and I know they try and be funny about that. And isn't Taco Bill like one of the guys that is always involved in the underlying cards, like helps them come up with like Han Seeker?
I think Proofing Team does a lot more of that stuff, so that'd be Joker King and stuff.
Yeah,
Crystal.
100%. I'll go 100% with what Taco Bill said.
You guys
look
are
at that.
victorious.
Oh, nice work, guys.
Is it another Holotheatre pack? I have like 18 Holotheatre packs coming.
Yes.
I would have thought it would be some red card from Premiere or something. Like, it seems like most of the characters are always like precise attack or imbalance or Kenton Strider or something crazy. I was like, well, they're both leaders, huh? I was like, sure. I was like, Taco Bill probably helped make that one too.
Jabba's Palace is pretty cheap to get, so that's kind of nice to be able to use some of those guys again.
Now that I know this, I'm gonna have to raise Ortog's price by 10 cents on my site.
Go for it.
Because now he has 3 versions of him to be used. So if anybody wants their Amon Grimm or whoever the heck the guy's name is, they better order them tonight before I go on here and switch the price 10 cents higher.
So speaking of which, it's a good thing we'll plug your show tonight. Not your show, your store.
Woohoo!
If you want all your Star Wars CCG needs and the PC doesn't have it, go visit up Byron Fred's store at
StarWarsCCGcards.com. Best hunk of God. Best, what do the guys say? the best hunks of cardboard in the galaxy.
Yes.
There you go.
That was not my catchphrase, by the way. The guy who made the site for me, that was all his doing. So I did just update a lot of cards. I finally got around to sorting some of my collections that I've gotten and adding some stuff. And I'm hoping to post some stuff for eBay, a bunch of playable cards that people can get for cheaper than normal this weekend, starting Sunday. Just meta staples and stuff like that I've gotten, and just want to try and, like, you know, put some stuff out there. People might need stuff for Worlds or Regionals or something. Instead of paying $90 for an Accelerate, you might get one for like 50 or something, which that's $40. That's a deal right there.
Like, as long as I get sleep, I don't care. So
yeah. I mean, I was telling these guys before the show started, I grab my damaged cards first if they're like ones I need to play with, and then after that I just take whatever conditions are the cheapest ones and go from there.
It all looks really nice too when you got the nice foil slips over on the top of it and you got it all linged out.
Yeah, I mean, and if it's got too many nicks or stuff on the underlying card, I take a Sharpie and I just like blacken the stuff around it. Like, especially, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but when you cut foil slips to try and get them to fit in the sleeve, sometimes they leave marks on the side of the card. Like, you can see like little like silver parts going down the side of the card. I go and Sharpie all that stuff in so it doesn't look like that.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. It was always a pleasure to talk to Brian Fred and have James on. Next week, just to be sure, will be joining us as the co-host, and David Woods will come on to talk about the Yavin Force regionals. I think it's Yavin Force regionals.
Super weekend. So they have states and regionals both in Virginia Beach and Norfolk over the 2-day time frame there. So I linked that. Should be 9th and 10th. So you should be in Germany actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the same as yours.
I'm sorry, it's the 10th and 11th. So I'll post it here, but they'll have a lot of chatter next week with good guy David Woods on the Holotheatre.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk some bad deck breakdowns too as well, because he's one of the hosts now.
Yep.
He took over for Kindle?
No, they're both there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He kind of took over for Matt Lutz a little bit. So when Matt's not available to hop on, then David Woods will do it. But David plays a lot of funky decks, so I feel like he's my most common OCS opponent. I think we've played meta decks like once against each other. So
he was my opponent for one of the online NPCs a few years ago in the second round, I think. And so he has some crazy decks for sure, and he plays them well. And then that I always said that's part of the best way. And, I mean, you could slog through and try and beat the Justin Desai's and the Bastions and stuff with decks that they're going to know almost card for card, or you could have decks like Prophet that people aren't going to be as ready for that can just surprise those types of players because they won't know the cards in them. So, yep, David definitely plays some off-the-wall decks, plays them very well.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully everybody has a good, safe weekend. Until next week, I will see everybody then. And as always, may the Force be with you, and take care.